Good day, Dr. Yu. I'm Jesslin, and today I'll be talking about the skin disease, Candidiasis. So before I go further into that, I would like to give you a short introduction about skin. So skin contains three layers, which are epidermis, the outer layer of the skin, dermis, which consists of connective tissue, and also hypodermis. So the function of the skin are to provide protection for our body from external environment, synthesis of vitamin D, helping us to regulate our body temperature, and also excretion of salts and unwanted waste through our sweat, and also to give us the sensation that we need, for example, pressure, pain, and so on. So there are actually 4 organs that might be affected by candidiasis. So first, skin, which usually occur on moist or warm areas like armpit, groins, toes, fingers, and so on. So for mouth or throat, which is also known as oropharyngeal candidiasis, it is caused by infection called thrush and usually happens to newborns or the elderly. And for vaginal or penis, which is also known as genital candidiasis, is actually caused due to the changes in the balance of vagina, or it can also be transmitted through sex. And for brain, heart, eyes, or bones, which is also known as invasive candidiasis, it happens when the candida yeast enters our bloodstream through medical equipment. So there are a few symptoms that we need to take note for those that might be having candidiasis, for example, oral thrush, skin rash, itchiness in the vagina, fatigue, digestive issues like diarrhea or constipation, and so on. And there are 3 diagnoses for candidiasis. The first one is skin sampling, where they will take some skin straps or nail clippings from the affected areas and mold on the slide for examinations. And for blood or tissue sample and vaginal secretion testing are actually used to identify the fungus. So for the blood or tissue, the samples will be cultured and examined at the lab. And for vaginal testing, they will use vaginal fluid as the sample. And let's take a look at the prevalence. So you can see from here, you can compare the data from each of these different type of candidiasis and clearly see that vulvovaginal candidiasis has the highest number of cases. And in terms of countries, Asia takes up the highest percentage of people diagnosed with candidiasis, which is 50%. And generally speaking, the reason for the cases of candidiasis to increase are thought to be because of the use of wide-spectrum antibiotics and immunosuppressant agents. So for the treatments, usually in order to treat fungal infection disease like candidiasis, doctor will prescribe antifungal medication for the patients. For example, some drying agents with antifungal creams to apply on the skin, oral medication like ketoconazole, vaginal gels, and so on. And one of the treatments adults can be treated is echinocandin, which is given through IV line. So since the infection is highly likely to infect warm and also moist areas, it's actually advisable to always keep those areas clean and also dry. And also be cautious on what we eat every single day to maintain the so-called good and bad bacteria in our gut. And for higher risk individuals like those undergoing chemotherapy, organ transplanted patient, and so on, it's better for them to take antifungal medication in order to avoid infection. And that is all for my presentation. Thank you.